Greetings, everyone. I am ewaenruwa from It Pays to Fear God, and this is Verse Breakdown. Today's verse is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3, which reads, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?" Now, the first part, when shall these things be, refers to the various stuff that Jesus Christ had been telling them. In the previous verse, Matthew chapter 24, verse 2, he had told his disciples that the temple that they were honoring and felt glorious just looking at and being in the presence of was going to be destroyed in a matter of years. And in the previous chapters, he had explained the end or termination of the Jewish enterprise. So the disciples were asking, when is all this going to happen? In Matthew chapter 24, verse 36, Jesus Christ told them at that time that I can't exactly tell you when this is going to happen, like the year and everything. But if we read places like Luke chapter 21 and verses 20 and 21, he gave them signs, things that they could look at so that they could be aware of when the stuff that he was talking about was going to fulfill. And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Luke chapter 21, verse 20. When the disciples asked about signs of his coming, first of all, his coming was his return. Jesus Christ would come again in heaven, which means him being crowned king, if read Isaiah chapter 32 verse 1 and Jeremiah chapter 23 and verses 5 and 6. He would turn his attention back to the world. And we can see the same thing in Exodus chapter 3 verse 8. When God said he was coming down, it wasn't physical, but he was now turning his attention to the Israelites to deliver them. And Jesus Christ has done the same in our time. And the disciples asked for signs so that they could understand when that would take place. Such signs are the fact that the world is being gathered. Because as Jesus Christ said in Matthew chapter 25, from verses 31 to 33, such events would take place. "And when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth the sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left." Those are the people in this world who are being spiritually gathered. It's not that we're all going to be in Jerusalem or in wherever. No, it's that we're all going to be thinking as one way of living our lives, solving problems, etc. And we can see those things already, done by methods such as social media, the internet, and other things like that. If you also read 2 Timothy chapter 3 from verses 1 to 5, this refers more to the end of the world, which the disciples also asked about. St. Paul had given us various things that will be institutionalized in our time. Things like being disobedient to parents, not having natural affection, being unthankful, being unholy, being covetous, boasting, being proud, blaspheming against God. All those kinds of stuff, they're not just happening, but institutions and organizations have now been built to support those things, to bring people away from God. And we must understand the end of the world and Christ's coming are together. They kind of mean the same thing, because the coming of Jesus Christ automatically translates to the end of Satan's rule over the earth, as we can see in Revelation chapter 12 from verses 7 to 12 and chapter 19 from verses 11 to 21, and even 1 Corinthians chapter 15 from verses 24 to 28. So when the disciples had asked Jesus about when those things will be, what is the sign of his coming and of the end of the world, they were essentially asking Jesus Christ, or our master, these things that you've been telling us about, when are they going to happen? And the coming that you've promised us, both for us and the other people in this world, how will we get to understand when that's going to happen? And the end of the world that you said will conclude everything that's going on here. How will we also know when that's going to come? And in response to the disciples' questions, Jesus Christ in Matthew chapter 24, from verse 7 to verse 30 and onward, he had given various signs, like the fact that there would be rumors of wars and global wars, things that would trouble the world, a great tribulation, as Matthew chapter 24, verse 21 reads. False pastors would increase and multiply. They would be everywhere, roaming the streets, preaching, giving all sorts of false doctrines to everybody, and they will deceive many. Matthew chapter 24 and verses 5, 11, and 24. And that coming that we're talking about is not expecting his coming to be physical and stuff like that. It's his presence. It's his return to once again rework the world into being righteous before God. And that's where I think I can stop on discussing the verse, Matthew chapter 24, verse 3, which once again reads, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.